Chapter 941, Ebisu Town's Most Beloved.
Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of the Pod D Cast. We up into club having sex. What's going on, people? It's me, your bestie boy, and we got Hippocrit. How you doing?
Salome.
Yeah? What does that mean? I don't get it.
You don't know Salome?
I don't think so.
Dude, Tim and Eric.
Salome? Is that like Ranch It Up? Is that like the same guy?
No, it's David Lieberhart with his puppet.
Oh, yeah, I know things. For some reason I was thinking of Eric Andre. Okay, no matter. Ladies and gentlemen, it's chapter 941 of One Piece, Ebisu Town's Most Beloved.
Yes.
We've got a Luffy on the cover. Congrats, as always. The only show series anybody cares about. And we've got a color spread of
very cool color spread. Robin's looking
Yep.
real fine there.
Robin looks fantastic, and frankly, I love Nami's big goofy smile.
Yeah,
Nami's like,
I love that as well.
Doesn't she look great? It's like, look at all that personality going on there. It's like, I love when guys like, okay, so she's hot, right? So she's like the sexy one or whatever. But Oda's not afraid to give her funny faces, and frankly, it just endears me to her character. It's like how Law is like too serious, and that annoys me. I like that when he takes a serious character and gives him a goofy smile. And Zoro over there too. Zoro's always been a little goofy too. He's been less afraid to make him look silly. Oh, and Robin looks like an absolute 10 out of 10. It's just fantastic.
The fucking color spreads, double pages. These are like the real reason we read the manga.
They're definitely
you
up
can't
there.
get this in the anime. They
Well,
never
that's
look
for
this
sure.
good.
And, like, I mean, you know, I'm sure sometimes, I remember in some of the openings, they, like, reinterpret some of the color spreads as, like, little bits. I think they did that for...
Oh, yeah, I remember that. That was, like, one of the...
in the old days. And that was pretty cool. But, like, the art is always better in the manga. It's just 100% of the time. It always looks better. It's not in motion, but that's the cost.
I always like seeing, like... I mean, all of these, like, random places they go in. Like, Zoro wants to go to Good Place. And I'm reading all the
My
things,
favorite.
and then on Frankie's like walking robot or whatever it is, it just says "Stop crying." And I'm like,
What is that?
what is it? Why?
As my father famously said to me, as we too were on a hitchhiking trip across America.
Stop fucking crying,
he
or we're
struck
turning
me
around.
many times. Yeah. And what does it say on his shirt? It says, "Never walk back, war." Is my
Wait.
guess? Yeah. Okay, something like that. I see Brooke's hand says "Panty
Panty
Heaven." What's Nami's spare sort? Okay, I don't know what
Square
that means.
soft, yeah.
Understandable, fair. Sanji says, "With you to anywhere." Okay, presumably it'd be a hot girl. That's cool. I
Yeah.
really like it.
Don't
Very
go to Good Place apparently.
Oh, wait a minute. I'm noticing that hand that's holding up the Good Place sign. That's not Zoro. That's Robin's hand coming from the ground that's holding up the Good Place.
She wants to go to the Good Place.
You know, a lot of people ship Zoro and Robin together, though. That's a common one.
That's just because they're the most adult, I think.
Well, it's, as luck would have it, or as
Adult
information
acting,
would
anyway.
have it, Oda has given every member of the crew like a familial role, and Robin is the mom, Nami is the only daughter, and actually Frankie is the dad, and Zoro's the oldest son. With like Brooke is the grandpa. This is canon. This is real.
Yeah, but well, I guess Brooke does act like a grandpa archetype. Frankie doesn't really act like a dad, though.
No,
He has like a crazy drunk uncle.
He does, but I mean, I would have said he's the fucking dad. Probably because, like, age-wise, it's like he's like 36 or something now. Robin, I think, is 31 now. So, like, I get it. God, Robin looks great. Jesus Christ, this is like the best she's looked. Well, I mean, she looks great every fucking chapter with the weeb shit that I'm way into. Okay, well, no matter. Let's move on. Oh, by the way, I just wanted to say on the whole mom and dad thing, Robin did canonically grab Frankie's balls that one time. So that's sex. That's how sex works.
That's what I think sex is. That they copulated right then. Frankie's pregnant. He's been pregnant since the beginning.
He's pregnant with a robo baby. He could probably make that happen if he really wanted to. Okay, anyway, let's move on to the chapter and head back to the Flower Capital.
So suddenly a lot of things are happening all at once.
Yep.
They're talking about a forest fire ravaging Kuri. and the Witching Hour boy, who we were talking about, has been so far not named as to who he was, has been captured.
Yeah, this just happens off screen, but okay. fine.
Yeah, and we got Big Head Marge Hair Skull talking to Lord Orochi, who's still devastated over the loss of Komurasaki. And he's like, I want to talk to you about the Witching Hour boy. He's like, fuck you, I don't care about the Witching Hour boy. My squeeze is dead. I can't freak anymore.
Yep.
But then he says the true identity is ... And we learn later that it's well, we'll find out.
We'll see shortly.
We'll see. We're being coy, even though you've read the chapter and already know anyway.
Also, look at the next page how fucking big Orochi is. Jesus Christ, he's fucking huge. Why is he so big?
He probably eats.
He just eats. Yeah, fair. Yeah, all right. Some people are just big in One Piece. Okay, fair enough. So they're going to broadcast the execution of the Witching Hour boy. So that's cool. And coincidentally, it's Komurasaki's funeral, so that's convenient. They're gonna this will be the sacrifice to her grave. Haha, hooray! And looks like Orochi's on his way to go check it out. So that's gonna be something.
What do you think about the whole the idea of broadcasting? Like this Wano country is like technologically behind, but they have the snails that do all the technology anyway. They can even broadcast on TV, basically.
Well, okay, so we know that these things have existed before. We talked before about, like, in Wano, they don't use the normal Den Mushis. They use, like, I think they're called, they're like the little thin things. Were those snails or something?
Something snails. Transponder snails, I don't know.
They were, like, slightly different, but did the exact same thing. And we see on, like, the next page, the filming pond snail, which I think, again, is, like, we saw in Shabondi, like, during the war and stuff, that, like, these things exist outside. I think Wano just has the same thing, only the Wano version, to, keep the whole outside, trade stuff, like, consistent. Like, they don't do that. Like, it's a little bit kind of silly. They're kind of trying to have their cake and eat it, too, because, like, I think to make kind of a more interesting, like, semi-realistic take, I know that's not necessarily what One Piece is about, but, like, Japan was in many ways harmed by its like isolationist tendencies, and and more to the point of harmed or not, like it just kept the culture like relatively stagnant and isolated. And all I'm saying is like you're totally like undercutting that by saying like, oh no, they had everything that the outsiders had. It was just like the Japan one. It was just like the Wano one. So like. Historically, it's very silly, but like for One Piece, I'm not that worried about it. It's just kind of ridiculous.
It just sort of changes. It changes Wano from being like a unique area to being every sort of place we've been before, where the establishment is corrupt, and that's it. Like the reason they're locked off from the rest of the world is just that they have a different type of snail.
And,
like
you're absolutely right about that. But I have a solution to this problem of like Oda wanting these guys to be able to talk with snails or whatever. Like here's the thing: scrap all these Wano versions of them and just say that the Beast Pirates, who are allied with the Shogun, they themselves, one of the fucking Yonko crew, they've got resources. Like they themselves like use this technology and gave it to some degree like to their associated samurai. And, like, it would be understandable if some important people, like, on the good guys' sides, got their hands on it, too. But, and like, I feel like you could even call it contraband. It could be, like, a story element that,
Yeah,
these are, like,
I could imagine
materials.
This may have been a story element, but then he just sort of figured that...
Yeah, he went this way.
Figured that it would have been, like, too much of a side tangent when there's so much stuff to get through, so it's like,
but now...
I'll skip that part and just go straight, like... it's obviously to make things go quicker, like the idea that in this land of separated from the rest of the world, we can still, the Straw Hat Pirates can be spread out and still communicate with each other, even though I don't think they've done that much.
I'm no fan of just the idea of like ancient feudal Japan that like just has telephones and like video screens and shit. Like, if anything, that really should be like a completely foreign element, but no, these are native species to Wano. So, like, shouldn't these be everywhere? Shouldn't, like, the economy, like, in Shabondi, like, be more advanced and, like, have these things as, like, part, of how the world is run? But, like, no, they're treated as if they're rarities. And I don't know, maybe they're very rare, but I mean, it just seems like a weird contradiction. And I think you could have just avoided this issue by saying that, like there was a time, like in Rurouni Kenshin, like Kenshin and the other lads, like swords were outlawed in like the Meiji era or whatever it was, like after the revolution finished. And so like you could treat the transponder snails kind of similarly to like how swords were treated like in Rurouni Kenshin and historical Japan, where like they're restricted and like you have to be like a police officer to have a sword, or you have to be like an agent of the shogun to have like these advanced technologies or whatever. Yeah.
Am I remembering wrong, or did they mention like a sword ban in Wano already?
I don't remember if there was one or not. Like we know that they throw
it hasn't come
lots
up
of rebels.
much if that's the case.
I mean, I think we've seen a lot of people walking in the background with weapons, so I don't feel like that's in place. But obviously they do repress like any signs of rebellion, even if it's not a direct like weapons ban or anything. So yeah. So there's some thoughts for people. That's a good observation, though. Pretty silly.
Yeah. So Komurasaki's funeral is when they will kill the witching owl boy at the same time, I guess.
Yep. Seems like it.
Then we switch over to Udon, the prisoner mines. It's daytime now, and Queen has just learned from Kaido, who appears to be drunk based on that thing from the snail.
Thing.
Who I guess maybe he wasn't supposed to tell him, but he was drunk and he let it slip. So that Komurasaki is dead, and now Queen's crying big tears.
He's sad. His Yas Queen is dead, so Queen is sad. He feels a kinship there. It's unfortunate. Apparently he's a big fan, so that's cool. Heterosexuality confirmed? I don't know. Maybe he's just a fan.
There's the filming pond snail.
Yeah.
They're going
to
display the thing here. Luffy and I forgot
Hyogoro
have been eaten. I suppose this the Oshiruko that Queen was going to eat, or his favorite food, was eaten.
The thing that Big Mom is looking for.
The thing that Big Mom's looking for. The thing that Queen likes. We thought it was going to be Queen versus Big Mom, but it looks like Luffy and Hyogoro had some stolen for them by Raizo and stuff, and they ate too much of it.
Seems that way, yep. So maybe this won't be... And they say that I think they said they ate it all, or like the Kaido troops say that like all the Oshiruko disappeared. So like now it's not really about Queen, it's about Luffy's the one who stole it, so I guess we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, so it's going to be like... Big Mom's gonna be here being really hungry. Queen is gonna be like, you can't have any of my... Wait, where's all my Oshiruko gone? And then there's gonna be like everyone versus the giant fat Luffy there, who's gonna go like Gear 4th... What was the special Gear 4th where he's fat?
Snake Boy? Snake?
No, the fat one. There was a fat version.
Cannonball Man or something? I can't remember. Yeah.
It's another good time to be that.
That's true. We'll see if he weaponizes his thickness in that way. Ha-ha! Off we go to Mount Atama, where there's a fucking fire killing everyone!
Yeah, on that hill where they fought a Shirodoji before, you said, "Fuck you guys, I'm not playing ball." That's all burning, which seems pretty sad.
Yeah, I mean,
it's going up in huge flames.
I like that one tree on that hill. It's a pretty cool tree.
Yeah.
So apparently they think that Hold'em is the one who started because there's a lackey there, and they're like, let's go fucking kill Hold'em. Fuck that guy for burning down, my house. So off Ashiradoji flies to Bakura Town, and that's interesting. And then we cut, and we see Kinemon talking to Inuarashi, and they say to themselves, like, that fire turned out much larger than we thought, with Kinemon saying, it will be fine as long as Hold'em becomes as Ashiradoji becomes the main target of the Beast Pirates. This was the only way to get him to make a move, clearly implying they started the fire.
Yeah.
They framed Hold'em in order to connive Ashiradoji to getting involved in the fight when he was so against it before. So, wow, some dishonorable backhanded tactics from Kinemon.
Yeah.
I'm pretty surprised to see this.
I feel like he might pay in some karmic way for this. Although maybe. I'm not sure whether this is like necessarily like
for this. Mm-hmm.
It doesn't seem to be billed as particularly an evil thing. Like it seems like it was
not
necessary
really.
for making everything happen.
But I mean,
But,
just
like,
imagine if Doji hears about this. He'll be
Yeah,
like, well, what the
like-
fuck, bro?
You fucking burned all that stuff. I like
Burned his
that
house
tree.
down. Hey, this reminds me. Spoilers real quick for Star Trek Deep Space Nine, the best episode of the show, which is there's one episode called In the Pale Moonlight, where Captain Sisko, so there's a big war going on. I won't get into all the details, but there's basically there's a war, and they're going to lose unless they get the Romulans to join their side. So basically, Captain Sisko, who's leading the war effort, basically, does he basically conscripts a fucking assassin to murder an innocent Romulan dignitary who says no, we will not get involved in your war. They have him killed, murder this man in order to get the Romulans to join the side because they framed the people they were fighting in the Gamma Quadrant or whatever it was, the Delta Quadrant. So straight up commits murder. I mean, indirectly, he was kind of whatever. He commits fucking murder.
It's murder.
It's definitely murder. It's just that he was a little bit naive and he didn't ask the guy to murder him, but the implication was there. But anyway, at the end of the episode, he's just I'm gonna sit with this for the rest of my life, and I would do it again because it was for the greater good. And it was oh my god, that was it was the best episode of Deep Space Nine, and it was so. It was the happy-go-lucky Star Trek utopian vision was just God, no, war is real shit. Sometimes you have to be evil for the greater good. And I was God damn. That's and that's exactly what Kinemon's doing here. So I'm not one who believes that bad actions justify or the ends justify the means, but I get the motivation and
it's definitely interesting. It's definitely interesting as a thing to happen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It actually makes Kinemon interesting for the first time in a long time.
He's fucking desperate. Well, I mean, he's
all
desperate for getting this guy because he's so powerful, and they need every fighter they can get.
Yep. And I'm suddenly intrigued. And this kind of Ashura Doji, I was he's gonna join inevitably sometime. But adding this element of drama, it's actually oh wow, I kind of want to see where this goes. Will he be punished for this? Will the story gloss over it in a kind of moral?
I feel like they won't gloss over it. I feel like something might happen, and then it will be Luffy will have a problem with what he did.
I think
maybe.
So too. Frankly, One Piece isn't. I've learned One Piece is not really a subtle enough series to not kind of spell this out clearly. I would say. So we'll see. And there's poor Hold'em. He didn't do nothing, and he's just I'm having a great day. Let's go watch Assassination. Everything's gonna be good. But then we see him. He's I wanted to inform the capital about Shutenmaru's death from the forest fire, but oh well. Sirs and Brad from getting carried away and stealing our weapons and food. Wait a minute. Was I just completely wrong about all this? Is he saying that he started the fire down there? You know what? I need to check manga stream. God damn it. I hope I'm not completely... Because, that's a weird, oddly dark thing for One Piece to, get into. I gotta go check manga stream.
Alright, check it. I don't think... I mean... I feel like it would be stupid for them to have, hoped that Hold'em would start a forest fire, if you know what I mean. So... They may have tipped off Hold'em in order to make that guy start the fire.
Yeah,
they may have not started it themselves.
Oh shit. Okay, maybe they planted the note that he's holding that says "Shutenmaru bandits were here," signed Shutenmaru, and maybe he planted that so that the Hold'em guys would go start the. Okay, that actually makes sense. And just to confirm, I'm reading over the manga stream one. Blah blah blah. Let me go back one page. Blah, 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 arson, we must hurry. Things have gotten more out of hand than I imagined. I just hope, this is Kinemon, I hope it pushes him to become an enemy of the 100 Beast Pirates. We need to push them. Our plans have derailed, and I see no way to get them back on track. We need Ashura by our side. And then we see Hold'em down below holding the note. Okay, I think that's the implication.
They stole the note. All the weapons and food, framed Shutenmaru for it. Hold'em retaliated, and now Shutenmaru and Kinemon and Inuarashi are coming to Bakura Town, where they're turning on the filming ponds now. So this is all leading up to everybody possible seeing what is about to be broadcast.
Exactly. It's this is going to be a big deal. Fucking Orochi's going to be there too. I don't know what's going to go down. It's going to be cool. But
and then in Ringo, my favorite beat, not actually. The Northern Cemetery.
Have I asked this before? Do you know Ringo means apple in Japanese? I think about that a lot.
You think about it a lot?
Late at night. Yeah. Okay, anyway. There's a character named Ringo in this manga called Air Gear, and one day I learned that her name meant apple, and it rocked me to my core.
To your core, you say.
Oh, fuck! Okay, go on.
So in Ringo, the Brook has clambered into a house, and he says, "Oh, there's someone, people here." He's screaming, "Oh,
Brooke's
someone does live
here.
in this house.
I
My
don't know why
apologies
Brooke
for
came
disturbing
here."
you."
I
don't know. Maybe he's just been. I think he explains he's been doing something nearby.
Okay, we'll see.
But there's Zoro sleeping, and Komurasaki.
With 2 bitches.
Yeah, he's sleeping with 2 bitches. He's sleeping with Otoko and Hiyori. We still haven't got confirmation that she's Komurasaki.
Well, okay, hang on. We'll address that next page. But first of all, please cast your gaze on Brooke's eye. So Brooke does not have eyes. So Oda felt in his infinite wisdom, in order to do the eye-bulging gag, he had to make the darkness that exists within Brooke a tangible substance. I guess like Blackbeard's darkness. I'm assuming it's the same thing.
No,
that bulged out.
I think literally this is the point of this is that Brooke does not have a tongue, nor does he have an eyeball with which to do this thing. So it's like, wouldn't it be funny if he just does it for no reason?
Just, is this canon? And is his devil fruit giving him a tongue and eye thing?
I wouldn't think any of the people who do this face are canon, because that would kill them.
Because there was that time. Remember when they all fell off of when they fell off of Skypiea, at the end of Skypiea, we see every member of the crew, like their teeth,
including
and
the
their
Going
eyes,
Merry,
including the Merry, appear above their head somehow. So, God, that was an incredible shot. What a fucking legendary moment. But okay, anyway. Okay, look at fucking Otoko's slutty face. Waking up with her blush and her drool. Jesus Christ, that is a come hither face, if ever there was one. What did she do to Zoro while he was asleep?
She laughed at him and fell asleep on his nuts.
She's in training to be a prostitute. Do not forget this, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just saying.
Maybe she's not. She hasn't got the technique down so well. She's lying like perpendicular. Or
imagine her trying to give a big old blowj with like that weird smiley chompy teeth. That wouldn't. She's gotta work on that. Komurasaki's got big DSL for sure, so she's got a lot to learn there. Okay. Anyway, Brooke, let me see your panties. Kya, it's a ghost. Hilarious as always. Okay, so there you go. Brooke's here.
Right. Then there's that's why people have been putting offerings in front of the well. Kinemon told Brooke, this is what Brooke has been doing, to continue to play the part of the starving ghost. For what purpose, I don't really understand. Now there's just a pile of food.
I assume to, be on the inside of the capital. Like, this is his cover, I would guess. Maybe there's more to it?
Oh, actually, no, this is probably what it is. He's playing the part of the starving ghost, so people send offerings, and then the army can use that as rations and stuff.
Yeah, that's possible. Yeah,
The only thing that's confusing to me is that there's just a pile of stuff there, and there's nobody here to take it.
Now, is that here, or is that, isn't the well, in the flower capital?
Well, it's snowing. You see all the snow all over it, and they're in the snowy place in Ringo.
But is this shot, so the people are putting offerings here? That the well is here in Ringo, not in the flower capital. Because wasn't he there, a little bit ago? I guess he came here a while ago. I think he left, and he must have come here and just been doing stuff here.
I don't know. Maybe he's been going back and forth.
That must be it. Yeah, okay, fair enough. I'm not really that concerned anyway. But, so they've all met. That's nice. Zoro's met one of the crew again. They're chilling. Now, okay, this line right here. Komurasaki says to Zoro, they're all like, oh, you were sleeping with him. Isn't he a lucky boy? And Komurasaki says, back in the capital, people would have died to lay with me. Did you enjoy it? That is clearly prostitute talk, so she just 100%, that's her. This is confirmation, right? That she's Komurasaki. It must be.
Well, yeah. I mean,
okay, good.
I've never been not believing that this is Komurasaki. The signs are all there. I feel the need to, stick with what the manga
There is
has
still room. Like, it
explicitly
could be a
told us.
misdirect, in theory. I suppose that is possible. That is possible.
There's no way it's the case, but I will continue to call her Hiyori for now.
Okay, fair enough.
Except for the times where I completely forgot to call her Hiyori anyway.
Indeed. Okay, so anyway, so Brooke's giving him the fucking update. The witching hour boy's been caught. So yeah, I guess he heard the news. I don't know. I guess he just came out here recently or something. So they just found out he was. His name's what's his name? Bobo Big O Tono Yasu.
Oh, wait. I just want to say, so Brooke says he went to the bathhouse in the capital to meet up with Nami, but they weren't there, clearly because they are...
Oh, they got
they're over...
away.
They went... were in... Starving Town, Laughing Town.
Yeah, they're where his house was, Tonoyasu. That's right.
So there's a huge commotion in the so I don't think we've seen them in this chapter. I don't think we know
we haven't.
anything about what happened in that town, because clearly between that time and this time, something went down and he got captured.
Indeed.
So I'm wondering what could have happened.
Yeah, we'll probably find out, I don't know, maybe like next chapter or something. So, okay, cool. Good point. But yeah, so Tonoyasu's captured. Oh my god, he's the witching hour boy. Confirmed. And is that a surprise? We're learning this right now, right? This is the news.
We're learning this right now.
Oh my god.
I mean, we would discuss it. You were thinking maybe he was a samurai.
Yeah.
And I wasn't sure whether he was the witching hour boy, but it seems pretty obvious now, I guess.
That's okay. I was saying that he's definitely one of the 3 remaining legendary boys. So I was dead wrong. He is, in fact, the witching hour boy. I think we entertained that notion as well. But, okay, now we know. Now we know for sure. And Otoko is intrigued by this because that's her fucking dad. That's no good.
Yeah, so
and
it's the guy Zoryu. It's the guy. It seems like Hiyori knows him as well.
Yep.
Probably because... I think they said last time he's famous, or it was implied he was famous. Well, no, this time it implies that he was famous, but that would explain why Hiyori would know who he was if he's like loyal to people.
Yeah, I assume because he's known as like the Saint, and that's where his reputation has
gotten
around. Don't say that name. This is a sacred place. This is a pure place. Let's not taint it.
He looks like Ben. Come on.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. So off Otoko goes, autistically screeching, and runs off to go save her dad from executions or something.
I really like... all right, if you go back to the page where, what? That's my dad.
Yeah.
Still smiling. So really, even when she's, like, horrified, she's smiling. She's smiling while she's screaming and running.
Yep.
I'm really looking forward to seeing him die and her still smile uncontrollably.
That'll be fucking fucked up.
It'll be so fucked up.
But it has to happen. So she runs, and Hiyori hears, like, oh, I gotta go after her, gotta save her. And Zora's like, oh, you guys can't make it, I'll go help you out. And presumably Brooke goes too. I mean, I don't see him go, but I assume he does.
He says, wait for me. You can see his arms flailing at the top there. As he runs after him.
You're right. That's definitely him. So they're running immediately back to the capital. So off they go, and here we go. We cut back. Yeah. Oh, sad times.
It's the funeral.
Oh, I miss this blessed slut. That's regrettable. So everyone's real sad about this. They're crying, and they are not bringing her to anywhere honorable to be to be buried and interred or whatever. They're bringing her to the Rasetsu district for criminals because she defied Orochi and died. So that's now what is in the casket that's there. I don't know. Is that even a casket? It's kind of hard to tell exactly what that is. I just see a poster or something.
Yeah, there's
just a PNG.
There's just got a huge PNG, 3D PNG.
Indeed.
It looks like there's a guy holding it up with a hand, but maybe that's not a hand. I can't really see.
Yeah, I can't quite tell. But no matter. They're bringing something, and they say they're going to burn it or something, so I assume it's her body. But then, hey, we're in Ebisu Town, and they're looking at the screen, and in front, on the projector there, they're seeing our boy Tonoyasu. Who everyone's like, hey, I remember that guy, and he's got his hat off for the first time, so they're noticing his odd hairstyle.
Yeah. Hang on, we do see them. They're all just watching in Ebisu Town. They're watching Tonoyasu be crucified.
Yep.
What did he just walk off and then get captured off screen, I suppose?
We just don't know, yeah. I assume he was doing thievy type things as the witching hour boy, perhaps, being a real Robin Hood kind of guy.
I gotta wonder about
we'll
that for a little while. I just want to wonder about that. If he was a thief, if he was a witching hour boy, he's stealing from the rich and giving to the poor.
Yep.
Why did he have to sell his daughter as well?
Extra money, I guess, to help other people. I don't know. That's kind of a good question and kind of fucked up. I mean, clearly his activities as the witching hour boy aren't like making a huge difference because people are like still starving to death and shit.
It's something. I suppose. I don't know. I just feel like
maybe his daughter is safe. Like his daughter kind of has a better life, off with Komurasaki. She's
that
fed.
may have been it. Oh, you know what? You know what it may have been? It may have been that he knew that Komurasaki is Hiyori, and he, sending her to be under the tutelage of Hiyori, he knows that she is like protected by some people,
That's
enough to be able to get out of a funeral to fake her own death. So he knows that is a safe area for her to be in, and he will stay home and starve with the rest of the village.
And the question is, how does he know that? Well, as we hear explained to us, he is in fact Lord Yasuie, who was a fucking daimyo of the Kozuki family who served Odin. And I googled it. Daimyo is like a great lord who serves the shogun. And Kozuki, or Odin, was the shogun, if I fucking remember correctly. So he was like a big lord who served with Odin and was a important guy. And they say fucking Shinobu says he used to be a strict man, but now he is a shadow of his former self. So I'm wondering what he used to look like. But he has certainly an iconic hairstyle as he's up there being
Sonic the
crucified.
Hedgehog.
Oh yeah, Yasuie the Hedgehog, or Yasu the Hedgehog. How funny. How epic.
All right.
He really is Jesus, isn't he? Getting
he really is
crucified.
Jesus. Weren't we saying not too long ago about characters who are nothing, and then it turns out that they're super duper
We sure were.
special, important people?
Yep.
It's like this guy is a lord. Well,
He's an
I would have been
guy,
okay with him being a thief. Him being a lord that everybody loves, but
everyone loved him, yeah.
But nobody could remember him because he covered up his spiky hair. I don't know who this guy is.
Like, every character we've met and spent any time with has turned out to, like, be an important person from the past. And, like, I get why. Like, Oda's trying to move the fucking plot along and introduce the major players. And it's
I don't mind that he's, special. I just feel like it's a little silly that it's not just that he was an important person, but that everyone suddenly recognizes him again now that his hat is gone.
Yeah, well, them's the breaks, I guess.
This guy was all over the place. He was doing good deeds. He was walking around.
Now, presumably...
He just had a thing on his head.
Presumably, the covering of his head, and then also Shinobu saying that, like, he used to be stricter and he's a shadow of his former self. I'm assuming that, like, with Hyogoro, he probably got shorter and fatter and, lost muscle mass and covered his hair so you couldn't tell his signature thing.
So
I'm
I
just
guess that may have been
assuming
it.
that's what it is.
I guess his hair may have been the most iconic thing about him, and the rest of his body has changed.
If it changed, then it makes some sense. And,
all right, well, that's not terrible, but it is. But it's not hard to swallow so much as it is, just sort of yeah. I don't know.
I know what you mean. It's just a little bit like you kind of roll your eyes a little bit when I roll my eyes a little bit when Law, just for example, not even like I'm trying to shun Law that much, when I found out that Law, in addition to everything else he's got going on for him, was also a D, which was just like, well, Jesus, was this even necessary? And in this case, I get it. This guy's being introduced as a pretty important player.
Do you think Lord Odin's going to be Lord
O-D-N? Oh my God! Yes, 100%.
Does O on its own mean something in Japanese? I'm pretty sure it does.
You know how the female characters are called O-toko and O-kiku? It's like an honorable beginning of a woman's name. So it doesn't actually work for a male character, I don't think. But it can mean a lot of things. That's just a common one. It's like a particle grammatically that indicates the direct object. I don't know, a bunch of stuff. Anyway, so he's gonna fucking die, and he's like, but I gotta apologize to you guys for getting captured, but I gotta say some things to Orochi, and then I'll be able to die in peace. And we see him smiling as his daughter, with the same smile, is hurrying, hustling to try to get there before he can die. So that's sad. Look at her fucking... I love that little picture of her, running on the bottom right of this page. It's just
so cute.
It's adorable. Oh. Poor Otoko. Well, that's where we are.
Whatever happened to that other bitch that makes mochi out of herself?
Oh, she's with Momonosuke and Big Mom and Chopper right now.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, she's with
Man,
them.
she got cucked hardcore for being the girl character of this
Yeah,
arc.
we just upgraded girls just in such a big way. This girl, like, has an actual personality and doesn't have, like, a try-hard devil fruit. I'm all about this. I'm all about Otoko. We're Otoko boys up in this biz, for show. And that's that's it.
He's going to say some powerful words, and everybody, I think, is going to hear them. Everybody important.
It is being. He's going to pull a Whitebeard and say, One Piece is real, and it's up my ass. Come get it, Lord Orochi. Classic. Got him, Yasuie. That's what I would do in that situation.
What do you think he's going to say? I think he might say something like, the Straw Hat Pirates are fucking rad. Join the Straw Hat Pirates in destroying the guys, or something.
I mean, I don't... it's going to be something about, like...
Something about the revolution.
Yeah, I hope it surprises me. This is a good time Oda's building up for something interesting to surprise me. But what I expect to happen right now is just like, he'll say something like, the revolution is inevitable, like, it's happening. Like, because I think this guy knows that, like, people are here, even though, he was just, waiting out the 20 years for our lads to come back. It's probably just going to be something to, like, scare Orochi, who's going to be there, and say, the nine scabbards or whatever have gathered, and they're going to take you down, so get ready for a fall. That's my guess. That's my guess.
I'm wondering if maybe he got caught on purpose because he knew that this would be a really good way to drum up support for the rebellion.
Just like Gold Roger turned himself in. That was an intentional move so that he could speak to the whole world at his execution. So you might be right. Yeah, might be true. Also, the whole thing about D's or whatever, this guy smiles all the time, and Roger smiled when he died, as all the D's do, or as he was about to die. So,
Law doesn't smile ever. He's the opposite.
Who doesn't smile?
Law.
Oh, no. I just based on that characteristic, I'm assuming that if Law was about to be executed, he would smile, because that's what they've all done.
He would smirk.
He just doesn't fit. He doesn't fit the D.
He would do a little smirk. He would do like a corner, like Shadow the Hedgehog.
He would fucking do a little smirk, piece of shit.
Like,
okay.
You killed me, huh? Well, fuck you.
Who got the real last laugh dies. All right, that's all I got. Then he'd come back because he'd be like, hey, remember that immortality technique that I have as a Mary Sue? I use it on myself, so I can't even die, dumbass. Ha-ha! And then he'll, also, One Piece is up my ass. Come get it! Classic Law.
That's the end of the series. It's like a freeze frame as everyone lunges for Law's ass.
The chase never ends. The hunt for adventure is eternal. Up Law's ass. He is the kind of nibba to do that shit. All right, let's end on a high note here. I got nothing else to say. We'll see how this goes. Hopefully we'll get a big announcement from our boy Yasuie. I think, there was no One Piece the week after this, but we waited a week to get this one out, so, like, you'll see us in a week or so, I think. So won't that be fun? We'll all be gathered around for more excitement. So that's it.
All right. Yep.
All right, thanks for listening, everybody. Patreon.com/thepodcastpirates. It's your one-stop shop for giving us money. And that's all we got. Join the Discord down below, even if you don't want to give us money. Let's talk about One Piece. Let's have a good time. All right, that's it, everybody. We'll see you next week. Have a beautiful day. Bye.
Salome.